Hello, this is the second in a series of short lectures on emotional intelligence. My name is James Thurtle and I'm an associate of the Campaign Company. In the first lecture I discussed what emotional intelligence is and how we can recognise it and where the ideas came from. In this I'm going to explore more about what emotional intelligence isn't and also why it's considered to be so vitally important. There are a lot of misconceptions about what emotionally intelligent behaviour is. Some people seem to think it's all about being as emotional as possible or as emotionally expressive as possible, to be concerned only with your emotions, or to sort of just let everything you're feeling be expressed and hang out all the time. In actual fact, this is very unemotional intelligent behaviour. Emotional intelligence is about using your emotions appropriately. So in some cases that is being aware of how you feel and the feelings of others. In other situations it's keeping a close rein on your emotions and not letting them disrupt what you want to say or the way you want to behave. So a fit of rage is an example of unemotional intelligent behaviour. Those emotions need to be held in and understood and worked with so they can be used constructively. However, making use of your passions and your enthusiasms in order to fuel you, in order to achieve greater things, can be seen as very emotionally intelligent behaviour. We need an awareness of the emotions of others. We need to make use of our empathy in order to build good interpersonal relationships. But that doesn't mean that they are the only things that matter to us. Increasingly, emotional intelligence is being recognised as being important in business and in success generally. This is because it governs so strongly how effective and efficient we can be in what we do. People who are emotionally intelligent are well motivated, they work well with others, they demonstrate good leadership, and they have the tenacity to keep working at difficult jobs and aren't put off by setbacks. This is because they have the ability to manage their own emotions, understand how they're feeling, and motivate themselves through their own feelings. Emotional intelligence also is quite important for communications. One of the things I'm looking at the Campaign Company is the way that emotions and emotional intelligent concepts influence the way that we communicate from one person to another. The simple fact is, if we ignore what people are feeling and what people are experiencing and just tell them facts, it often won't shift the fundamental way that they feel about the world. At a very basic level, the emotional brain has right of veto over the intelligent brain. If someone doesn't feel something, if someone isn't convinced in their gut, no matter how good your logical argument is, they won't change their opinion. There's a very simple demonstration of this, and this is if you ever have to deal with someone who has a phobia of spiders, say, or just has a great fear of spiders. If they see a spider, they'll have this very powerful emotional fear-based reaction. And you say, why? And they say, well, spiders are dangerous, they're evil, they're creepy, they're weird, they're strange looking. Now you can actually tackle each and every one of those points in a very logical fashion. You can point out that clearly spiders aren't evil because they're simply insects, they work on instinct. You can point out that they aren't dangerous, there's no poisonous spiders in this country at all. You can point out that they may be strange looking, but it doesn't mean they're anything to be scared of. There's lots of strange looking things that we're not scared of. You can deal with each of these points intellectually, but it won't change that basic phobic response because it's an emotional response. When all you've dealt with is the intellectual level, not the emotional level. Now this actually reminds me of when I was younger and I used to have a slight fear of spiders. I remember what my father used to say to me, which was he used to say, there's nothing to be scared of, spiders are our friends. Now this is very emotionally intelligent behaviour because it's not dealing with it at an intellectual level, don't be scared for this and this and this reason, it's putting it in an emotional context. Spiders are our friends. There's something to feel positive about, there's something to feel good about. So even though they're weird and strange, we can still accept them because they do good things for us, killing flies and keeping insects under control and all the rest of it, and those are good things. So this demonstrates how when communication happens on the emotional level, it's much more effective at bringing about change in feelings and change in response than if it's done purely at the intellectual level. And that's an idea I'm going to be exploring more in the next mini lecture.